Hi guys, my name's Leah and my son Trey is taking a video for me. A couple weeks ago we went to our first town hall meeting, which was kind of exciting for us, more so for me, not as much for the kids, but it was for a good cause. We were going there to represent and support my son and also my daughter who recently joined the league, Sky's the Limit. The discussion that came up in this meeting, or that the reasons why they were having the meeting, was regarding some land in the city of Pontiac and what they were going to do with it moving forward, as there's some investors that are giving options as far as what would be best for the community. As far as I am privy to, the two options were some more housing and a community center. For us, myself personally, my opinion, I didn't really think was too important, as I'm not a resident of Pontiac. I have lived in Pontiac, I have worked in Pontiac, I was born in Pontiac, but currently I reside in Auburn Hills. So I didn't feel like it was my place to stand up and speak while I was there at the meeting, experiencing that wonderfulness for the first time. However, I have been having multiple dreams about having a voice and how I need to make this video to get to the mayor of Pontiac, to kind of just share my insights and why I believe that a community center is the best idea for the city of Pontiac. Most importantly, my number one reason is because the youth are our future, and giving them a facility where they can go to, build and grow as a unit, with multiple different options that can be offered through a community center, I think would be the top priority that any city would want to invest in for the future. I jotted down a couple things of why I, thought that would probably be important to the community, to the city, to the county, to everyone as a whole. First and foremost, obviously, would be the investment that it would, turn over in the years to come, because not only is it investing in the youth, giving them opportunities to grow, it's going to provide jobs for many of the residents, but also the option for the youth to be able to work and to volunteer. As we all know, high school students have to get volunteer hours for their college applications. Some of the other things that I thought were very important about having a community center is just the different options that the kids would be able to kind of dive into within the community center itself. I mean, I'm thinking about Sky's the Limit, for example, and I only know this firsthand because my son is a part of this amazing league, let me say that. They have been instrumental in our lives in this past year and a half. We've had a little bit of a rough journey, and they have provided wonderful mentorship to the boys, to the girls, to the community. The unfortunate part is that we don't get to, really spread that greatness in the community around the Pontiac League. Every single week we have to go to different locations in different cities surrounding Pontiac for them to hold practices for the teams in the leagues, as well as tournaments. So that in itself right there is a huge investment, because not only are you supporting a wonderful league, but that league can bring so much to share with the community, and keeping them at home would be the best benefit for the kids, for all of the coaches and everybody who's within the league that volunteers all of their time, but also for the community, because you can host tournaments there, which will create revenue. not only within the community center, but also within the city, because when you're bringing in outside people, teams, leagues, they're going to spend money. So overall, come on, pros and cons. The other reasonings that I came up with was just about how sports and activities being offered and available to kids is, I believe, one of the most important things that children should be able to access anytime, any day of the week, as it, helps build a lot of team camaraderie. There's a lot of accountability that is included in being a part of a team, as well as, representing the league in a whole. There's more than just basketball, obviously, that would be offered through a community center, but I'm just speaking in what relates to me, us, our family, and I'm sure other families that are in your city of Pontiac. It's going to promote health and wellness, having a community center, because outside of a gym where you do sports, there's multiple other things that can be included, like workout rooms and classes to be provided for families as well as children, which is going to help strengthen the community again as a whole, because that will be opportunities for parents and children and grandmas and aunts and uncles to, go to activities together. I think that the other most important thing in having a community center would be how all of these benefits could influence the city in the most positive ways. There is not probably one thing that I could think of when I was trying to compose this little list of things that were important to me, that not one thing that I thought of that there would be a con of having a community center. There was nothing. I couldn't come up with anything. Everything that I could think of was all positives. But most importantly was the youth. That's just what kept coming to my head. It's really about that next generation. And so I feel like establishing something sooner than later is only going to promote positive, encouraging, spreading the light of greatness to the people around you. For the kids, just having something like that, I think is going to help build confidence. It's going to help, with their overall health and well-being, their mindset, the strength that they have within themselves to know that they can, they have a place that they can go to, almost like a safe haven, and not that we're saying that they need a safe haven because we're talking about Pontiac. That's not what I'm implying, because kids in other cities have these same kind of struggles, right? We have the world around us that's happening daily, and it's a lot of negative. So to have a place where you can kind of escape, especially from electronics, 100% advocate for that, I think is groundbreaking, especially for a city that doesn't have something like that. So, overall, I really hope that, Mayor, I hope that you consider this. I know I'm just one person. I actually contacted Coach Chris today, have you heard anything? Have they made a decision? He said he hadn't heard anything yet. And I said, well, I've been having these dreams about making a video and sending them to the mayor, but who am I? I'm just a girl from Auburn Hills. I'm just one voice. And he said something that was so stellar to me, because God really has been speaking to me. It's great having that relationship with him, and that's what he's been continually reminding me of, is shine your light, shine your light. And so when Coach said that, I was like, okay, God, I get the message. I hear you, coming to the people around me. So, again, I hope that, you hear me, and I hope that you consider this, and I hope you really, 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 really think about all the children, because that's really what this should all be about. So anyways, thank you for listening, thank you for taking the time, and I wish everybody the best. Have a great day.